Hello everyone and welcome to Spoken English Online Class 2. Today we're gonna discuss idioms. If you haven't heard this term before, idioms, or like it's the first time you're hearing it, then let me tell you in easy words, idioms is something which is said figuratively. कोई भी चीज़ जो मुहावरतन कही जाए, अगर हम उर्दू में देखें तो एक उर्दू का मुहावरा है आसमान से गिरा खजूर में अटका। इसका अगर हम बिल्कुल लफ्जी और लिटरल मतलब लें तो वो होगा कि जी एक बंदा आसमान से गिर रहा है और वो खजूर के दरख्त में अटक रहा है, बट क्या ऐसा है? नहीं। सो idiom is something which is said differently but it means something else. Like जो मैंने अभी बताया है कि आसमान से गिरा खजूर में अटका, इसका मतलब है एक मुसीबत से निकला और दूसरी मुसीबत में जा गिरा या दूसरी मुसीबत में फंस गया। तो इसी तरह इंग्लिश में भी बहुत सारे मुहावरे यूज होते हैं जिसे हम idioms कहते हैं। ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। Idiom number 1 which we're gonna discuss today is blessing in disguise. What is blessing in disguise? क्या होता है? धोखा देना। Like जो चीज छुपी हुई हो, मतलब आप रूप एक उसने धारा हो और वो एक्चुअल में कोई और चीज हो। तो blessing in disguise, to explain in easy word, it's something which looks bad from outside, apparently is looking bad, but if in real essence it's good for you, and in long term you would know that that thing was actually good. For example, if you are working somewhere, let's say you're doing a job and you get fired from there or you had to quit for some reason, so at that point you would be thinking, oh, losing the job was the worst thing ever happened to you. But like after a few days, if you find a better job than that, so you would be thinking, no, actually that was a good thing. So before that you were thinking it was bad, apparently it looked bad, but in actual it was good. So you can say losing that job was a blessing in disguise. Simple? Understood? Okay. The next one is a picture is worth 1,000 words. Simple. Like for example, if you go somewhere and you describe it in words, like you write a whole passage on it, whole bunch of words on it about it, that thing, if you compare it with one picture taken, it would be a lot different. Means it would be a lot easier. For example, you go on a beach and on your way back or when you return, you tell your friend about it that, oh, it was so beautiful, I could see the waves and I could see all the people around and the sky was so blue and things like that, stuff, so on and so on. But if you just take one picture and then you do not have to say anything, you can just show the picture and everything would be told in that. So when I say a picture is worth 1,000 words, means one picture can tell you as much as 1,000 words, meaning that the picture is as much as good as 1,000 words, if not better than that. Okay, so let's move forward. Idiom number 3. A piece of cake. It means a very easy task. For example, you can say, cooking that thing was a piece of cake for me, or teaching was a piece of cake for me, or learning English was a piece of cake for me. Means something which is very easy for you. Actions speak louder than words. It means that you what you actually do. It speaks louder than words. It means more than what you simply say. For example, if there is a motivational speaker, he's just saying different things. But if his actions are different than what he's saying, if it's not what he's actually teaching, then whatever he's saying would be worthless, would not be that much inspiring. You have to show with your actions. Or take an example of a sports person. If there is a sports person giving big speeches, but when he actually goes in the field, he does not perform anything, like his action is zero. So then in that sense, you can say actions speak louder than words. That you are just saying, but doing nothing. That wouldn't mean anything. Important thing is when you perform something, when you prove yourself by your actions, not just by mere words. So let's move forward. Idiom number 5. Add insult to injury. If I have to say it in Urdu, it would be jale pe namak chidakna. It means that when someone is already hurt and you torture him more. Like for example, if someone is in pain, like let's say someone is heartbroken, and then you criticize that person or taunt him or torture him more by your words or by your actions, then that is adding insult to injury. Someone who's already in pain and you cause more pain to that person, so you are adding insult to the injury. As cheap as chips. Simply it means something very cheap. Barking on the wrong tree. It means when you are doing something in a wrong way, or you have taken a wrong path. Means you are trying to solve something differently instead of doing it the right way. For example, you are like traveling from Faisalabad to Lahore, and the easiest way would be just taking a motorway and going there. But if you are traveling opposite, so like I can say, oh, you are barking up the wrong tree. Or for example, if the teaching method of one teacher, like he's very competent and talented, but his teaching method is not according to the needs of the students, he should be teaching in another way. So like you can say, oh, he's barking up the wrong tree, means he's doing things the wrong way, not the right way, according to the needs of that thing. So idiom number 8. Beat around the bush. Beating around the bush means when you are not talking directly. For example, you go on an interview and the HR manager who is taking your interview, he asks you like a simple question. Let's say he asks about yourself, and you start talking about like something else, or he asks you about your qualifications, and you start talking about your family, or like you are not answering to the point. You are asked one thing and you are talking about something else. So that is called beating around the bush. So you can say, oh, that interview is just beating around the bush, means he was not talking directly what he was supposed to say. Okay. Idiom number 9. Better late than never. It means that it's better to, let's say, it's mostly used while traveling. You can say it's better late than never. Means you should reach late instead of never. For example, you are driving too fast to reach on time, and due to how can I explain? Let's say you are driving too fast and to reach on time, and you meet up an accident, then you would never reach there. For example, you get killed or you get injured and you will never be able to reach there. So it's mostly used while traveling or while driving, but it can also be used on other things. For example, if you are doing something very quickly and you mess it up in the middle of that instead of completing it, so the idiom can be used, it's better late than never. For example, you are taking an IELTS exam and you want to take it after 1 month, but suddenly you think, no, I can take it after 7 days, and you try to do it very, very quickly, and in that rush you just mess up things and never able to pass that exam. So that could be said for things. So better late than never could be used for that sense as well. Idiom number 10. Break the ice. In simple terms, it means to start a conversation. But normally it's used when you meet someone for the first time. Let's say you're working for a company, and your company has sent you for a formal meeting with some other company or with some delegates, and you are meeting them for the first time. So you'll be feeling a little bit awkward that how can I start my conversation? So that first conversation which you make or the other person makes is calling breaking the ice. Or sometimes there are people sitting, 2, 3, 5 people, they are very acquaintances or they are totally unknown to each other. So this idiom is used, someone could say, oh, who would break the ice? So that's used over there to start a conversation, mostly between unknown people. So that's the end of Spoken English Online Class 2. I hope to see you soon. Stay tuned.